hopefully you can all see me again. If you can all just let me know when you're back in the group, just give me a hello or a comment. Let's turn the sound off, don't need that. Are you watching or?
I'm going to come over and help you in a minute.
You're going to come and help, are you?
Yeah.
Yay. So Beatrice is in. I think Sue might be in. Say Sue. Yep. So Sue is in as well, so I got 2. That's it, just drop me a quick hello in the messages so I know that you can.
Yeah, we can't see
So there we are.
like who's in the room.
So I was just waiting for everybody else to come into the room. Just close that for a moment. And Sue says, still here, hello. That's alright. So we've got 2 of you back. So.
Hey, what if I sit there?
What are you thinking?
I'm just wondering if I can move my chair around a bit so I can see you a little bit. Careful, could you plug here? Okay. Yep.
Is that better?
Mhm.
There we go.
If I open the window there, I'll be able to see comments.
With a bit of luck. You can tag some people for me.
Okay. Give me a sec. See if I can get in there. Desktop.
That's the one.
Okay, who would you like me to tag?
I've only got Beatrice and Sue back at the moment.
I'm going more into the papers. Right, so Delzy.
Joanne.
Adrian.
Adrian, yeah.
Oh. I saw you can type properly. There we go.
Pat.
Who am I missing?
You've got the list.
Let's pop that in there for a minute. Kerry.
Kerry. Beatrice.
Beatrice is there. So it's just Kerry as well, I can see. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7's right, good.
Yep.
7's fine. So what we're going to do, we're going to do some text. So we'll select our text tool first. We'll put some text in here. So what text will we use this time?
Beach. If it's on there.
No, what text? What should I type?
Oh. Congratulations. Who's a change from Minecraft?
You want me to use beach?
Yeah. If you don't know how it goes, go for something else that's scripty.
No, I don't know beach.
Just something that's scripty like then flowing.
No one.
Yep.
That's nicely all connected too.
I think Sally's gone in the wrong video.
So to go in the wrong video?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have our text. Now that we have our text, we can go over to our properties. So here we can see what font we've got. We have the size, and we can play with our character spacing if we want to. I think that one looks quite good as it is. It links by the looks of it. It's all got interlinking. So we should be able to weld that and make it all one. Do I need to weld it first before I do my mat? Yeah. Weld it first before I do my...
Yeah, weld first.
That. Let me weld first.
Always do your weld first.
So hopefully we can see that's all one. Yep. All one shape. So now we want to do an offset on it. So this allows us to do our matte layer at the back. So we'll go 5 mm outward bevel. Leave as is. We'll set the inside line to a drawing line. Let's move it just out of the way. And we'll go OK. There we go, so that gives us a nice matte layer behind it. So when you're doing your matte layering, so that gives you a nice matte layer around the back. And when we go to our layers, it's set our text inside to a draw line, and our shape is a cut line. So what that's saying is it'll cut the outside matte, and it will draw our text in the middle. So what else did you want to show?
You can do a couple more of that and hers on that.
What's it? Put another one outside that again.
Yeah.
So we'll go back to properties and go to offset again.
And set your congratulations to draw as well.
What have you done?
Okay. Yeah, I haven't coloured it blue.
No.
It's something that's that thin as well, you wouldn't need to set it to fill. Is the other thing to remember, because if you colour it in, you're actually risking having sort of a jagged outline.
So there we go, we have another one on top of that again. So I left it as well as the other one as set as. So what Natalie was saying about the inside one, the text, so I didn't set it to blue. So just to make her happy. There we go. Sally Ann's still struggling to find the right video.
And so I just gone, yeah.
Oh dear. So again, the blue is only for our reference, and we can group the bits together. So we can group that all as one, so we can use Command and G. Is she in?
No. Because Adrian's going to be in trouble because he's just turned the electric on and off again.
Oh dear. And she's in, there's Adrian. Yay. Oh dear. So then we can move this around, and we can move it around as one.
How about using something like wingdings, but not necessarily wingdings?
Yeah, a shape one to make.
A shape one, and then you can use it to create a border around another shape then.
Okay. So we'll go text. And what should we type?
Usually I do like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then I pick whichever one I like.
And we're going to go for a picture font. That's what Natalie is suggesting. So we're going to scroll down. Let's see what we've got. Oh, we've only got Windix, Windix 2, Windix 3.
Or Webdings.
Huh?
Or Webdings. Webdings.
Webdings.
Okay, try Wingdings. Something that's got like go wingding. Yeah, you can do a load of arrows.
Okay, so which ones do we want? Let's try it with these so that we can do. Have we got up and down with those? That's no good, is it?
You were going to try and be clever, were you?
Oh, I have one here, look. So it's like A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Yeah.
So F, G, H,
I.
I. Okay. So F,
G, H, I.
okay. So I want some. Let's see if we can do this. So we want G.
G, 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 G. Then I. Yeah, I. Ah, but don't forget it'll rotate it as it go round anyway. So you could just go G, 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 G.
Shall we?
Yeah, just go G and keep it nice and simple.
16?
Yeah, that should be enough. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, and hit enter.
Okay.
So, circle would be cool. So it's going around like a...
Around a circle. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's go shape.
So you can do this with any decorative font. So, like for instance, I've got some that are more swirls.
So we're going to go fit to path.
And you're going to have your arrows going around the path. So you've created a little border.
A few too many. Take off 2.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. That's perfect. Right. It doesn't matter where I start my path from. My
No, that's just going to send people's eyes dotty, mine included.
cool, I like that. I can send my circles round in circles. That way you can create a basic.
So if that's flowers, you could use flowers to go around your border. So if you set that to draw.
You want me to set it to curves
Well,
first?
yeah, convert to shapes first.
So convert it to shapes.
Yeah, set it to draw.
And then we can go into my layers. putting a panel behind it.
Yeah, I was going to get you to do that next. So if you do offset. I was going to say go bigger.
Go bigger.
Yeah, go bigger. Yeah. Okay. There we go.
It looks like a cloud. It looks almost like a tyre. Because of the way it bumps, look.
Yeah.
You'd say that was a tyre. So if we now
we wanted to go a bit further in there. Yeah. So undo that. So, going to go offset and then increase your amount of spacing. So about 20. There we go.
There we go. So we have a tyre.
So that's a really easy way of creating like a little border frame that's decorative that you can then
Christmas
apply
wreath.
to. Well, yeah, Christmas wreath, but not with arrows necessarily.
But if you had those set to cut rather than draw, you could use them as little slits for putting your decorations through.
If you're not careful, I'll get you designing files.
Now, I'm just giving people ideas.
No, that was me thinking that you could have them as veins of a leaf. So if you've got little leaves going round,
Yeah.
you could have the arrows doing the veins of the leaf. So if I go on here, fonts.
Don't go pinching fonts and stuff.
No, I'm not going to pinch fonts.
What else can we find? Let's see what other letters we get with windings if I do capital letters. So bear in mind when you do things like windings, if you use the capital letters, you get something different. Oh, we get double arrows. Oh.
Oh.
Can we have nomies?
Maybe they've got a nice autumn one. It's not really a font. Although it does say Christmas dingbat font, so I take it types and ohms.
Let's have a look. What about zaps? Oh, the letters, that's no good, is it? They're boring.
I've not installed anything fun on there.
No. So what
I
do we
suppose
do
not,
now?
because we had to do it onto our drive, didn't we? So.
Ooh, what's that one? No. That one.
What have you got?
E.T.
Phone home.
Can't see now off the page.
So if you've got glyphs, for instance, in a font, you can use those as well. So some of the scripty fonts, particularly those on places like design bundles, they'll occasionally have glyphs that just have like the decoration in, so you can always use those.
That one. E.T.
Oh. The hand could be cool.
Yeah, which one? The big hand.
Yeah.
So N, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here for it, and then.
So how many hands? Let's go 12. Because we know 14, wasn't it? Because it was 2 off, wasn't it? Last time it was 16.
Yeah.
Let's try a different shape.
Yeah. and then you can do your character spacing and things then.
So let's go.
Oval.
Have we not got a?
You can go for a stop sign.
Stop signs surrounded by hands. It's a handy sign. So we're going to go dink.
You've almost got room for one more.
We have, haven't we?
Yeah, if you sort out your character space and you've got room for one more.
Come on, give me the text. Nah. There we go.
There we go.
Do we think I could get 2 if I sorted it out? I might get.
Yeah, try that.
So we'll try the 2. And then we'll go into edit and we can change the character spacing so we can the way.
No, you're spacing them out more there, do. So you want to go minus and then shove them that way. There you go. Oh, not that far.
Up a bit, 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 up a bit.
A bit more. There we go.
There, 2 to a sleeve. Oh, cool, we can go. Yeah.
So with your path direction, basically what that's doing is choosing which way it's going to go around the path.
We can wave.
Above that you have your vertical alignment, which means how does it align to that path. So you can have it so that your path goes through the centre of your letter, or it can sit on the baseline, or it can go across the top.
Playing now. So
Then you have your normal horizontal alignment. So if you go to distribute, that's going to act like as if you're fully justifying your text. So it's going to space your letters, or in this case your hands, across your line. Have you lost comment? Or is it just... Oh, it's gone quiet. Let me see.
I haven't had one since Sally answered I'm in law.
Okay. I presume it is okay. So this time, do you want to cut those out from a border?
So I'll leave it distribute, it gives you a nice...
Even spacing.
That's moving, don't do that. Redistribute it, put it back. There we go. So let's go back to edit and convert. And then we can move it, which is what I was trying to do. So then we want to do an offset. I don't want to do 25 min out, do I? Yeesh. Let's go 5. And let's go outward. And okay.
I think I know what I'm going to do for my next font.
Oh, that was weird. It's done as pairs.
That's cool.
Almost. It's missed just one. There, look, it's done them as doubles.
That's cool though. So then if you pop a circle into the middle, you can weld the circle to the outside one. That's it. So use your align to get them centered. So that's it, shift and click. Line.
And that one?
That way you know it's in the centre.
Yeah.
And weld.
Weld or subtract?
Weld. There you go. So you got them all going around. A little panel in the middle.
I can't like that.
Do you?
That's funky. Shrink that down a bit. Oh no.
No, you need it as a group, so just go and do.
both and group, and then I can shrink. That one then there. And then we'll do the same with this one because I haven't done this one yet. So let's select all three. Let's group that one. And then we can shrink that one as well. So what's really cool now is our hands fit around our wheel.
So it says, will this be saved in Canvas? Anything can be saved in Canvas, like that you do in Canvas.
Yeah.
Or do you mean, will we be uploading this to the group?
Do you like that?
I do.
With the one inside the other.
Mhm. Do you want me to very quickly send you a scan so that you can share importing scans, because we haven't shown that?
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah. Because I can do it on the DX just using the centre canvas, can't I? So. Yep. I will do that.
So Natalie's just going to send me do a scan on the DX. So using the
So if ever you want to send an image to work with in Canvas, you can do from your DX. You don't have to use a separate scanner.
Do you want me to save these two? Start with a fresh canvas.
Yeah. Okay, let's get me mats, and I have to hand ready let's go for,
So I'll save that as text playing.
let's go for that one. So there's lots you can do with this one.
Break your pad.
They do that. I'm going to bring that in. So when you're scanning, just bring it in an inch from the top and from the left hand edge. And then you're going to load your mat into your machine.
Knock it with your bottle of glue.
Yeah, just because it can. And then we're going to go to scan, and we're going to go across to transfer to CanvasWorkspace. And then it's going to say it wants the scanner moving. And off it goes. Okay.
Is that completed?
Yeah, so you can bring it in either way now.
So we can go into image tracing, and we can go to an image scanned by our machine, and it'll think about it. And there we go. So let's first and foremost, let's get rid of all the bits that are matte because we don't want those. So we're saying we only want this bit. Now it hasn't done a very good job of that because at the moment all that's going to do is cut out this outside edge, which to be honest is a bit naff. It is.
It is. Show how you're going to fix it.
Do you want to come and have a play with enhanced image tracing? Because we haven't shown that and we said we would.
Okay, yep. If you want to scan that one in a minute. Okay, so I will show you enhanced image tracing, and then Ian's going to show you another way that you can work with scans in a minute. So enhanced image tracing is good for anything that's kind of complex, where it's going to struggle. And straight away it's going to go, right, okay, well that's the area that you want me to cut out. Yes, but no. So if we zoom in, we can start to tell it areas we don't want. So our green pencil is saying that we don't want
That's okay, Pat.
that.
Pat says you've just seen it pop up, so she'll catch up on it later.
And we don't want that. And if it's clever, it'll start to work it out. And usually it'll work it out. Come on. I've managed to pick one it's not going to work with, Ian.
Do you want me to send this one instead?
Yeah. There aren't many things that won't work with, to be fair. You can usually pick most bits up. But it's not even trying today. Come on.
Yeah, the fresh one there if you want to try that one. Got a bit more contrast to that once you got your text.
Yeah, it's not liking this at all. You'd think I wasn't asking it to do anything. There we go. So let's go to enhance image tracing on this one.
Dad says she'll catch up later as well. Okay.
Okay. First things first, we don't want that. So, next, let's see if it's clever enough to cut out this frame. No, isn't it? So if it doesn't work, we'll just erase
You
it
put it
out.
on trace the outer edge only though.
Have I?
At the bottom.
That won't help. Because I want to get inside here. So let's erase that out from there. And try again.
You've still got it too.
And tick, thank you. Come on. There we go. So I want to take this section that round here.
That's made it think.
Yeah. So what we're aiming for here is we want to cut out this frame. That's what we're aiming at. So we've managed to work that bit out. We've forgotten this bit over here. So that's okay. We can draw that back in.
Yeah, it's like got double-edged.
That's more like it. So now if we zoom in, we can start to get into these little intricate bits if we want to. So where we've got these bits in here, but you can see we've got a little bit of an archway here that we're missing. So if we go to our little purple pencil, we can actually draw that back in. same up here where it's lost its petal just there. And round here, like so.
Okay, that's alright, so it will. It'll be up for you to rewatch anyway.
I'm just going to add that bit in there. And a bit around there. And a bit around there. Because we don't want to lose our little flower. And everything else is pretty right. So we're ignoring this bit of text in the middle here. So when we go OK, it's going to bring in an image of what we've got on our mat, and it's going to bring in our line here. Now our outside line we know we don't need to cut because that's already done for us, so we can take that out. So if we go into layers, you can see that we have all our different shapes individually, so we can just take them out where we don't need them. So you can just literally hit delete and take it out. Same with that shape on the mat, where in forming mat, we can take that out. And same for our text in the middle. So we can then do a little aperture in our frame. So that means then that we can start to do layering effects with it. We can also use a basic shape, and then let's go for I think oval might be nice. Let's go for an oval. And I'm going to resize it so it comes within our other cut line, like so. And we can set that to draw. And that means that we can actually start to foil our papers so that we can start to make them look a bit more fancy if we want to. So with your images, you just want to make sure it's locked so it's not going anywhere. You want to lock this layer here so that doesn't move because that's traced to our paper. And I'm pretty happy with the positioning of this oval. So then when we've done that, we can then export that back to our machine. So if you export something and it has images or locked data in it, it's going to come up with a little bit of a warning. And the same if you have something hidden as well. So what it's doing is it's basically prompting to remind you that there are certain things that aren't going to send. So it's not saying it won't send. What it's saying is it can't send everything. So if it's locked in but it's visible, it's still going to send to the machine, but the machine can't lock it at the other end. So if you do accidentally move it with your stylus on your machine screen, then you just need to re-download it. And the image data can't be sent with the cut data because the machine wouldn't know what to do with it, which is perfectly fine. So again, we can just go OK, and we can send that as normal back via the internet. And while that mat is still loaded, you can then cut and foil or cut and draw. So do you want to do a quick cut and draw in?
We can't see it anyway.
Okay, so what I will do is I will get in to cut and draw that later, and we can pop that up on the group so you can see how that comes out. So that's one way that we can use the enhanced image tracing, or even if you just want to use image tracing full stop. So I'm just going to save this in case I need to go back to it. It's not very often that I would actually save a scanned file, but just because I want to show something else in the meantime. Let's go for a scan topper. Okay, so I'm going to go to a new document, and this time let's show you how we could work with that another way. So instead of going to image tracing, we can still import an image from our machine without using it to trace. So if we go to import from your cutting machine and then scanned image, we can just bring in the scanned image on its own, lock it so that we don't accidentally move it, and you can still do little bits of editing without having to use trace. So we can still do things like we can drag in our ellipse to do our layers that way. And another clever idea is if we then use offset, and we're going to go outwards, and I'm going to take it down to about 3 mil. And then you can actually take that so that we just have that outside oval. Let's get to the right one. And we can cut that out of a complementary card. And then when you layer it up, you won't see the hole in the other one, and it's just going to look like you've got this perfectly layered topper. So that's one way of working. Another way of working with your scan and cut is if Ian pops onto the canvas on his machine a design, so let's use one of them off the machine, Ian. Just go new. Don't save things. Okay, and if we go save to cloud, what that does is that's going to send that design up to the cloud, and we can actually retrieve it from Canvas. So if we go to File, Import from your cutting machine, FCM, then that's going to bring that file that he's just loaded onto the mat. So then that means that we can actually go in there and we can start to break it apart. So when we import that design into the scan and cut just sees it as one group. Whereas when we bring it into Canvas, we can actually see all the parts that make that, so that we can start to go, well, actually, I want to have, let's colour the tortoises. I think it's supposed to be tortoises, or is it flowers?
Tortoises.
They are tortoises. I thought it was tortoises.
Interesting that on the machine it has the leaf petals and a bit inside a set to draw, yet when it comes through to Canvas it comes through as all cut.
Yeah. Well, no, actually it comes through with a draw.
Does it come through a draw?
It comes through with a draw. So we can actually change that if we want to. So if we want it to cut instead of draw, we can do it in here.
You should have the square in the middle as draw.
So all the tortoise shell bits that I've coloured this lovely olivey green are set to draw.
Yeah.
The little bits in the middle are set to draw.
Which bits?
So if I colour them, then you can see them a bit better. So if I colour that grey, that's set to draw.
And all the leaves are set to draw.
That's set to draw.
All the lines within the leaves are set to draw.
Let's turn that round the other way. Then we have our outline, which is obviously set to cut. Then all the little holes in the middle set to cut. Then you have all your veins set to draw. But then you might want to go into those and actually cookie cutter those through your leaves so that you can then start to colour these in different colours down here if you want to play with it. So it gives you so much more options by doing that and taking it away from the machine. Not only just because it saves your eyes, save scowling at this tiny little monitor on your scanning cup, when you can put it on a big monitor on canvas, you can actually get in and zoom in and see things so much easier. You can also do better alignment, obviously, because you've got that ability to zoom in. If you're working with a background scan, sometimes that comes through too. Bit hit and miss, but so don't be afraid to necessarily go at any point in your process on your machine to go, well, actually, now I can send that to Canvas and I can see that better. Or let's say you load a drawing design and you want to do it into different pens, then you can take it to Canvas and separate it out. So you might want to do like the veins in your leaves in one pen, but you might want to do the tortoises. I can't. Yeah, yeah. Turtles and tortoises mixed together. Tortoises.
The things with flippers.
Yeah, in different pen colours. Oh, jeez.
Time to call it quits.
Yeah, I can't say it. Oh, put your teeth back in. So it does open up a whole new way of working when you're working with Canvas, and it's one of the reasons why I think it pays you back for the time that you have to spend learning it and practicing it, because it extends what your machine can do so much. And then when you are ready to fledge your wings to something even more complex, then you'll find that another whole new world opens up. So whether that's going into 3D design with it, if you're getting into doing lots and lots of layers. So Canvas is good at arranging layers. I wouldn't say it's necessarily good at creating them. So something simple like offsetting, it can do quite well, but repeating patterns around, the best way is to do the dingbats option that Ian was showing you in terms of doing a repeating border. Unfortunately, you can't do it with shapes yet. So with that, I will leave you with your tortoises. And I will go and have a cup of tea to go my tortoises.
As always, any questions, or if you think of anything we haven't covered or you want to ask, you can pop it in the group.
Yep. So don't think that now is the end of it and that's the end of the course and you don't get any more help, because it's so not true. We are available pretty much 7 days a week, aren't we?
Yeah.
Especially at the moment. So we'll always try and get back to you as soon as possible. Obviously, time differences sometimes play a part, but even when we're not awake, sometimes you'll get Tracy.
Yeah, or Deb.
Yeah, or Deb, depending on which of us is having trouble sleeping. So, do take care, and hopefully see you in class, if not tomorrow, Tuesday. So if you need to know how to join in, then just drop us a message in the group and we will get you into watching the classes too. So take care for now and bye.